Hello, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a timeless and a collective reading. So whenever this reading finds you, it's the right time. Just keep in mind it's a general reading and see which messages feel like they resonate for you and hopefully bring clarity to whatever you're wondering. Remember that divine inner guidance, it's in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. I did a little pre-pull on the energy, and there is always a way. So maybe you were ready to give up or already have on someone or something, and I feel like a solution is coming in, a way through, a way to, a way around. There's always a way. So maybe it's just a different way than you were thinking before, or maybe it's an actual different direction than you were going. Let's see what the energy is. We're gonna start with the Thoth. I was wearing the sun shirt, so I was feeling inspired for this to be our foundational energy. So let's get the foundation. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is the foundational energy for what's going on right now? What would be helpful to know? Please and thank you. Clarity on there is always a way. Let's see what this is about. There's always a way that this particular king comes through whenever I use this deck. I mean, like 95% of the time he comes out. So this is somebody that wants to be seen here, at least with you guys. This is generally Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. It doesn't need to be. It's an earthy sign, a grounded king. It's a masculine energy. So this is someone also sensual. You know, they're all about what they can touch, what they are creating, what they are making, what they are manifesting. And I do feel like this is somebody making their way into your life, or this is you making your life happen. You're moving the earth as you're on that big iron chariot. You can see these, you know, multi-dimensional plans here, that you have your hands on something, that you are working to construct or make something real, make something happen. Maybe you connect specifically to a Taurus, but I always feel like with this helmet of protection on that king's head, that there's something about what he or she is thinking about that is being protected, and or I don't know, I feel like it is his tapping into his higher self. Or maybe he's not. If this is upside down, maybe he needs to take that helmet off, because if he's upside down, he's just all about what's here on earth, forgetting about anything multidimensional. And I hear short-lived or unfulfilled. You know, you're always trying to fill in the hole with the things. The biggest chariot, you know, the biggest globe, the most ideas. But when this king involves spirit and then grounds it on earth, he makes magic happen. He makes things happen, manifest. This is the king that comes through looking towards the distant future. He's all about the exact ripple that he's on right now, but he's making a step-by-step process to get to the future. And that future is continually changing as he's moving. It's never like that one goal's reached and now you're at the top of your game. Then you'd be like, now what do I do? So it is where there is a constant movement of energy. Otherwise, he's just going for that trophy and then has no more grand ideas on what to build next. So, I mean, if there's always a way, this is the one that's going to put in the effort to make it happen. So let's see. Let's go into something different, and then we will go back to the tarot, but use a different one a little later. I have this oracle deck. It's called I Don't Care. But let's just see what messages come out. It's kind of a cute little deck. What would be helpful? Let's ask about this particular Prince of Discs, aka the King of Pentacles. Let's get a little more info on him or her. Whether this is you, your energy moving, or somebody prominent in your world, or coming on in, very loud, mind you. You're going to feel the earth moving when this person comes in. What is a message to be helpful? Nature is your ally. I mean, this is the king that's kind of like the green man. This is the king that is tapped into earth. So maybe some of you do something very earthy. I mean, it kind of does look like this person could be a badass farmer. He doesn't even have overalls on. He's like, I'm so excited to plow those fields with my amazing chariot and my big bowl that I forgot to get dressed today. So this is telling you to look at the natural forces of something, the natural rhythms, the natural cycles. You know, there is a time for rest, and there's a time to have your basket ready and go out and get your harvest. Nature is your ally here. I do feel like some of you do something that has to do with plants or animals or the environment or cycles. I don't know why. Maybe some of you even do something that's not, you know, in the garden, but you do something with numbers where you look at different cycles of a business or something like that. I feel like you are discovering something here. I don't know why I see forging. Maybe some of you are learning about forging like natural plants. I don't know why I just thought of mushrooms, baby carrots, and fiddle ferns. Maybe even something like dandelion. There's stuff like that that grows in the yard that you can also go in the supermarket and buy for money that you don't need to spend when it's growing right in your yard. So I just heard dandelion wine. That was really cool. And that really just made my hairs stand up. So maybe some of you make wine, mead. Maybe it's also for some of you about thinking about getting a beehive, which I highly encourage. Helps the entire ecosystem of the world, and you are an automatic hero of the world if you have bees. Maybe it's supporting your local beekeepers. You know, those honeys work really hard to get that honey. Also, I am seeing allergies. So if any of you do have allergies, one of the best ways you can help that is to get local honey, because those bees pollinate the different, you know, things in your particular environment that you live in. And it has very good qualities to help you if you have allergies. So maybe look into that. I'm just the little catalyst here. Do your own research. Let's get another message. What's another message? I like that interesting things came through with that card. Let's be crazy. This is really, I feel like this is a fun day. You're dancing with your cat here. So maybe it's just about doing something that feels a little crazy to you, a little bit different. I feel like this is definitely letting loose. Maybe some of you haven't gone out in a while. You and your cat have these cool glasses and like stars are in your eyes. It's giving me like dancing vibes. I don't know why I'm seeing a dancing video. Maybe some of you, even if you're not a dancer, maybe it's about recording something and posting it. I do feel like you have something weird though. Maybe you're dancing with your cat, but I feel like there's you know, look at the stars in that little kid's eyes. So there's something about the video that's not just your typical average TikTok dance video that everyone else is doing. Either it's how you dress that's different, it's the music that's different, it's the background that's different, or it's just you. But there is something different about it, and I feel like some of you might I actually hear go viral. So you never know. Post it. you know, maybe something will really take off. I do feel like it's kind of because you don't care so much. I mean, this is the I don't care deck, but I do feel like you're not, it's more spontaneous and natural, whatever you're doing, than like perfectly edited. I feel like it's something that feels a little natural. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. I hope some of you do go viral. Let's do, I'm also seeing randomly, if some of you are doing a business, I do see somebody maybe having a business that has something to do with nature, plants, and or animals. So I see sort of dog walking, grooming, maybe something that has to do with bigger animals, like farm animals. I see some of you having some kind of product. You know, maybe you sew, but you never thought of doing like a cat collar or something like that. I hope that was helpful for some of you if you've been thinking about, you know, doing something, but maybe that's a little twist on whatever you were thinking about. There's a really big call for people that have animals. People love their animals. So, yeah, let's continue. Let's get one more. I like that these are kind of interesting. What is another message to be helpful right now? Please and thank you. Ooh, what is that? Aw, it's like a little monster man. I did see like, I just thought of the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. And do the mash. What a weird song to come through right now. It's like a happy little monster. I did see the Green Man. So don't be fooled by my appearance. My soul is repleasant. I feel like they made that word up. Aw, this little monster is coming to bring a flower. So don't judge a book by its cover. Also, I don't know, maybe with whatever I saw here has something to do with dressing up. Maybe some of you do something with, I'm actually getting like movie makeup. That's a really cool job if any of you do that. So maybe you're moving from, if you do makeup, from something like that to like really doing some makeup with prosthetics and stuff like that. But this could also just be a message that there's somebody coming in your life or in your life, and maybe they look a little scary on the outside, but in the inside, they're kind of a softie. So I'm also getting that you don't know who you're speaking to if you don't know them. So always treat everybody you meet with respect. There might be somebody who looks like they have, you know, all kinds of crazy clothes on, or they have holes, or they got mud all over them. Maybe they were out working in their garden. But I do feel like there's somebody of importance that some of you are going to meet, but they might not be dressed as important or as powerful as they are. I sort of see that. So let's see. I'm also getting that somebody is going to transform. So maybe somebody that you know that doesn't seem like they have it all going on yet, or you don't know if they're so talented, or if they have I hear the clientele or something like that yet. Maybe somebody is just getting something going. Do give them the benefit of the doubt, because maybe in a year or 3 years, or after they go viral, all of a sudden that person that you thought was going to be in nobody is actually pretty important, or going to be pretty important in your life somehow. Interesting messages today, and I'm auto shuffling, so that usually means we need another message. As I'm stumbling my words, maybe some of you are having trouble starting a conversation with a particular person because of maybe how they look or who you think they are. Or maybe this is the person that's having a little trouble opening up. Maybe this is somebody not so social, but actually pretty cool. So maybe you open up that conversation, ask some questions, get to know know somebody a little bit better. What is one more message? Please and thank you. And then I got to think of what to do next. What is this? Inhale. Exhale. This is beautiful. It's like the breath of life. Maybe some of you are meditating, or this is going to be helpful right now. Maybe some of you are really working hard here, and you have to remember there is purpose in the pause, in taking a break, having a little Zen time for you. And if you don't know what to do, sometimes if you are in a stressful environment, I always like to say, like, even if you can't, like, really go on a long break, even if it's like a bathroom break and you get 2 minutes, it does help you. Just close your eyes or not, and just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just do that like 10 times. And that will, you know, restore that circulation of the beautiful breath, the air that we have to you in your body. So maybe some of you also do something, I don't know why I keep seeing stuff online, but it could be a class that you attend. But I feel like some of you might do something where you instruct meditation. Maybe some of you even have like that like really soothing voice, you know, where you can just kind of like ease and cool and soothe someone's energy. Maybe you do something like that. Maybe it's like a big dance video. Maybe it's something very peaceful, but very helpful. I do see like somebody narrating something. So inhale, exhale. And maybe it's not diving right on into something. Maybe this is just the little warm-up, the little pregame to kind of get you grounded before you begin whatever it is you are doing. Can you hear how I'm stumbling my words today? So let's see why. Let's go to, well, let's do the mystery deck. That just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So let's see what comes through. What are some messages of mystery that would be helpful right now for the situation you're thinking about or coming on through? Clarity on, always away. Inhale, exhale. Don't be fooled by appearances. Somebody has a beautiful soul. Let's be a little crazy. I just thought of, why can't I think of who sings it? You make me crazy. Why can't I think of who sings that? I'll find it and I'll put it below. I do think there's a cover for that. It's kind of, it's like a postmodern jukebox sort of version of that, and it's kind of cute. What is, and nature is your ally. Messages, please, and thank you. Oh, this is good to know. I'll show you this card. When I made this card, I didn't expect it to come out so vivid and weird, but I kind of like that it did. It's somebody, either you or somebody that you're connecting to, is overgiving to the wrong person. So you're overgiving to somebody who either needs to step into their own power and learn how to give to themselves or do something on their own, or there's somebody that is sucking your energy or your time or your whatever away from you, draining you, somebody undeserving of what you have to offer, or I don't know, this person just it's funny because it's like the only one in my deck that's kind of like a monster, and these are the opposite here. This is like the person that's trying to give you a flower back. They both kind of look like monsters, but this is the one that's sort of like that. I just thought of the band Incubus, or like a succubus, like kind of draining your battery. So just have this awareness. It's overgiving to the wrong person. And you'll feel that that energy is not right. You'll feel off around a certain person or you'll feel like, you know, it should, your energy, your attention, I heard your money, or something that you know, are wanting to give. And I feel like you are giving on, like, on genuine terms. I don't feel like you're trying to overgive to something and getting sucked out, you know, drained out on purpose. But I feel like this is a change of awareness on how it's being received. That was a weird card. It's the first time that came out. So let's see what this is. Clarity. I'm going to cut this deck down a little so I can shuffle a little bit better. Clarity on overgiving to the wrong person. Please. Thinking about you now. So maybe the right person is thinking about you now. Maybe there's always a way when it is the right vibrational match. If this is somebody that has a good soul, a good heart, I'm getting that you feel natural around. That is your ally, your friend, your support. Maybe it's like that weirdos card in the other deck. Maybe I'll pull that deck out, where you can just kind of be yourself, peaceful. But there's somebody right now thinking about you. Now, right now, when you're watching this, there is somebody that has you on their mind, in their heart. And I feel like, I don't know, there's like an energy pull, but I don't feel like it's that other energy pull. I feel like it's very nice. So let's see, clarity on who's thinking about you now. Who's thinking about you right now? For some of you, you know who this is. You know this person's energy. And for some of you, I do think this is somebody new or not the person you are thinking about that is thinking about you now, but I feel like they are thinking about you on really beautiful terms. So let's see, clarity on thinking about you now. And it does look like somebody wants to take a leap of faith, but this could be your answer on always away. Having faith, not just doing a step or two, but leaping, diving in, really giving something a go. Having that energy of complete trust in yourself. Maybe somebody has complete faith in you too. Another message, and then we'll go to the other half. Wow, these are really big energies here. You have, there's always a way, leap of faith. Maybe you are, you know, energetically, spiritually connected to a certain person. Maybe this connection is beyond words. Maybe this beyond words is explaining this leap of faith. Maybe you don't even know why you want to take a certain leap or do something a different way. You just have a really deep inner knowing. There is either a partnership or something that you want to express. I did get a little tongue-tied before, so maybe there's somebody who wants to express how they feel, but they just don't even know how to put it into words. So let's go to the other half and let's get a couple more messages. And I did mention that divine truth because I saw the weirdos card in my head. So let's get a few from this half. Oh, wow. There's something, maybe somebody's having taking a leap of faith, you, someone else, doing a complete 180, a 360, whatever it is, they're turning around and doing something a different way, and it's pretty big. This is a big change in energy. Maybe that change is beyond words. Maybe it's beyond the words and it's into the action too, because you do have this. So if somebody had the big words, but action did not follow, I feel like action is following these words. So maybe it's about somebody's actions and not necessarily how they express themselves through their vocabulary. Ooh, roller coaster. So this is something that either was up and down, in and out, but with this, usually I get that this is like, ooh, it's like a roller coaster ride, but I love roller coasters. I love roller coasters. Like if it was no line, I would be running through that thing even as a kid to get to the front, to get on, to run around and do it again. So I'm kind of getting double messages for here, two sides of the coin. For some of you, you do have a situation. It was like, you know, it's like somebody who doesn't like to be on the roller coaster. You're being pulled on it, or you choose to go on it again and thought it would get better the next time, but it's just kind of like, nope, didn't get better. So maybe it's not getting back on that roller coaster, especially if it's weird in the stomach. You know, I'm getting that kind of energy with the roller coaster, and I feel like that person would kind of make you weird in the stomach too. But if it's that other kind of ride where you want to run to get on it again and again, every time it is more exciting than the last time, I do feel like that's a very good energy. So let's get another one. What is another message? Oh, I love this. Teach your truth. And that was at the bottom. Shift gears. You know, if you're going in one gear and the terrain changes, you have to switch how fast, how slow, how hard, how soft. You're doing something. Just switch gears. Do something a different way. You know, think outside the box. That's going to get something running nice and smooth. And this is you teaching your truth, living your truth. Because even if it's not about the words, that energy's felt. This is where your intentions, your words do match your actions. So maybe some of you are teachers, but I feel like this is the true you. I see that coin again. So I do see that there are always different sides of a situation, but I'm not getting that. I feel like this is something different. I feel like this truth is something that you connect to that is truly who you are. And I'm also getting that fishing energy. You know, when you teach somebody to fish, you empower them to do something on their own and for their self, instead of just overgiving or always, you know. I feel like this is somebody who is gaining some kind of skill to get them grounded so they can have stability and growth in their future. And I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's like a trade or something like that. Let's go to the divine truth. Get a couple messages to be helpful, please. And thank you. Speak up. You have to teach your truth. You have to speak up. Maybe you thought you wouldn't have the words, but maybe the words come just when you need them. Maybe it's getting through the stumble, through the tongue twisters. I do feel like you're gonna start to flow a little more easier. There's somebody who doesn't want to let you go. I mean, if this is the person that's thinking about you now, whether it was a fun or not fun roller coaster ride, there is somebody who wants to turn around to say something to you. Maybe it's somebody who wants to speak their truth, whatever that is. Maybe that's a harsh truth. Maybe that's reality in a situation, but maybe that's easier once you know the truth to know what to do, whether that ride is worth getting back on, what to put effort into, or who for the future. This could be somebody who never expressed their feelings. Maybe they're always tight-lipped, closed mouth. Looks like somebody's opening their mouth pretty big here, but don't give up. That's the message coming through for you. I'm not letting you go, and you will hear from me very soon. Don't give up on me. So there is somebody that's been, you know, I see like tightly sealed. Maybe there's been silence between you and someone else for a little while, but there's going to be some kind of turnaround coming in. So let's get another message from the same half of this deck, please and thank you. Yeah, somebody's gonna, it's the same, it's like the same message. Somebody wants to talk to you on the phone, have a conversation, you know, across the table from you. I actually see two people on a couch, but here it might start with a little text. Somebody is either waiting for you to speak up first, or they're really in anticipation about how you're going to respond or what you're going to say next. This is somebody who is looking at their phone constantly, all the time, when they're at work, when they're shopping in the store, just to see if you have texted them. So when they hear that little ding, they're hoping that's your ding. I love getting your messages. I do feel like you've been very truthful with someone. Maybe somebody didn't really want to hear that before, but I feel like your intention was really positive and real and coming from the right place. Sometimes people aren't ready to hear the truth, or they don't see a situation from a certain perspective or didn't want to. I feel like somebody really does respect you and respects your wisdom. I do feel like there is somebody you've always, I don't want to say you taught them, you learned them, but I feel like somebody did learn a lot of lessons because of you. And I am seeing that as that you were always pretty realistic and truthful, even if that truth was a little harsh. So I'm going to put the whole deck together and let's get another one. What is another one on speak up and texting? Somebody's checking their phone, or maybe after this communication starts happening, they will be checking their phone. I do see somebody like looking, I feel like somebody's like at a meeting, or they're at work, or they're doing something where they can't really get back to you. So I'm going to say, if some of you just don't hear back from somebody you're texting for a little while, you know, I'm getting just go do something else. I feel like somebody might just be busy, but they're thinking about like I saw somebody like run to the bathroom. I did see that before. And like I feel like somebody wants to get back to you, but they're in a situation they just can't do it. You know, you're not supposed to have your phones at work kind of situation. So I do feel like somebody will make the effort when they can get in there, even if you're like, it just takes 3 seconds to text. It's not always appropriate. So I do feel like there's a release or a more gentleness between you and someone else instead of tension, even though there's still that excitement. I hope that made sense. Maybe in the past you got like anxiety waiting to hear from someone. I feel like that anxiety with this, you know, roller coaster here, I feel like that is sort of one of the things that's going to turn around, because then it goes back to this beautiful inhale, exhale. I feel like something's going to be very peaceful, very grounded. And if you start to get anxiety, maybe just take this message, just breathe. The person will come through when they come through. And if they don't come through, do you. I actually heard do you, boo. So let's get una más. And then I feel like we should grab some tarot. You have the Knight in armor. Maybe somebody always had their armor on before. You know, they always had that approach where they had to be strong or tough. And that is not a gender thing. Maybe somebody was kind of soft underneath. This is somebody who wants to come in protecting you, though. This armor is not really on. It's just a shield of protection. He's actually got some sassy boots on here, and some big ass flowers. So somebody wants to show you. You now have 2 people bringing you flowers, or that's you thinking about bringing somebody flowers. Somebody wants to show you what real love is. Real love. I'm getting deep love. Maybe somebody didn't really know what that was until they met you. Somebody wants to protect your heart and show you everlasting love. They want to be there for the long haul. I do see somebody as like wanting, I don't know why I've thought of those old cartoons when somebody, like they have the little cartoons and the one person puts their, like their coat on a puddle so the one person can walk across. I feel like you are going to almost like walk across that water, whereas before maybe you fell in. I know that was a really weird thing to say. Or maybe it's somebody else that falls in, but I feel like you glide somehow. But I do feel like if there's any outside situations, maybe these weird monsters that aren't so kind-hearted and, you know, truthful in their soul, and it was that kind of energy, I do feel like somebody has been protecting you from that. Or that's you trying to protect someone important to you from somebody you know is there but shouldn't be, but maybe you're figuring that situation out. I kind of feel like this situation is sort of over, though, whatever that is. So let's go to the tarot. Let's get a couple of tarot messages. Sometimes I actually don't know what's going to ever happen in these readings. I go with the flow. But I do feel like there was kind of bouncy all over the place sort of information in this reading. So just see what resonates for you. If it didn't feel right, it's not your message, it's someone else's, and that's cool. So let's get a couple tarot messages. Before I pull this, I got my cards all over here. I like that I'm being a little more organized lately, so I'm gonna briefly pause you. And I don't know why I just thought of like, what is that, like the laughing gas? Maybe some of you are going to the dentist. I just thought of where you like wake up the next second, no time went by. That being said, I'm going to organize my cards and then pull this. I'll be right back. Beautiful. I love that I can see. I said that exactly at 37 minutes. I like that I can see everything. So let's dive on in and get some energy, messages, and movement from the tarot, please and thank you. What would be helpful to know? I feel like I want to ask specific questions on these cards now that I can see them all. Let's see what that thinking about you now is all about. Give us clarity on the thinking about you now. Oh yeah, they are. You got the Two of Cups. So this is somebody who is into you and you're into them. This is beautiful love. It's definitely romantic love. I don't feel like the Two of Cups is really a friendship. This can be a friendship / lover sort of situation, but it's two hearts coming together, two heads coming together, really seeing in someone's eyes and feeling their soul. I did see you like across the table with someone before. So maybe somebody is going to not just thinking about you, but maybe somebody is going to be actually asking you to go out, to hang out, to spend some time with them. This could be the big turnaround. If you do turn this around, this is somebody who's just not in the same energy as you. I see that upside down as one person having the feels and the other person kind of doesn't. Or it's a cycle that has changed, and you know, if there's incompatibility, this needs to change. So each of these people can find where they are now's Two of Cups, or not if they're going for the independent route. But I do feel like this is somebody coming in, thinking about offering their heart to you, making a decision about you, wanting to celebrate something with you. And I am getting that somebody does really respect your thoughts, what you think. So maybe for some of you that this is a person who has not been coming around for a little while because they had to figure out what their inner truth is, truth of their heart, truth of their soul. Maybe somebody was worried about how you would respond. So sometimes people, if they're like a little bit of an avoidant or a runner, something like that, then rather than deal with the possibility of maybe hearing what they don't want to hear, or getting a reality check where they're not ready. They just ignore it altogether. But I don't feel like this is going to be ignored much longer. I feel like somebody maybe had a reality check in a situation. And I do feel like, and I have this over the texting. So I do feel like, I know this is funny, but even these people here, I do feel like they might be in a particular place where, I don't know, I see you like watching something and maybe you can't even talk. I actually see a really loud concert, but I see you still communicating with each other via text or phone, and kind of like making, like I see little like, I don't know what that is, like a little secret language or something like that, where you're making each other laugh, even though you're maybe in an environment where you're supposed to be paying attention. So maybe you go to school with someone or something like that, or you're kind of close to a person, like nearby, or maybe some of you are doing something and you're getting that like little secret language from someone else, and it's almost like you're smiling and you're not supposed to because you're supposed to be paying attention to something else. I hope that made sense. I just feel like it is very sweet, and I feel like it's very personal between you and someone else. I'm getting a lot of intimate energy with that particular Two of Cups. It also looks very peaceful. It looks very comfortable. So let's get clarity on always away. Clarity on always away, please and thank you. You got the Knight of Wands. Well, that would be somebody who would definitely dive on in and find a way. And I actually put that right next to that Knight in Armor. So this is somebody who's now or gaining confidence in expressing themselves, expanding their territory, getting creative, being more spontaneous. This is definitely somebody that would like get you to go on the roller coaster ride even if you didn't want to. This person has that kind of like inspirational power. But let's, look at this upside down, because if that's somebody that was that other roller coaster, in and out and up and down and hot and cold and all over the place, and giving you the big spiel and how they're gonna be there for the long haul, and then they ghost, or they go away, then that might be somebody who is leaving your life. Or maybe that's that person with the, the weird energy over here, and you were over giving to that situation. But I feel like specifically these cards were created upright, and there's so many energies and situations in the entire tarot that you don't really have to read them upside down, although I do like to look at the other side of the coin. But with this particular deck, I feel like this is somebody riding in pretty confidently. Their horse is kind of walking. So maybe this is someone who had a quick start before, but maybe this is somebody who's a little more stable in their confidence right now. The Knight is somebody who wants an experience. This Knight is going through the snow to get to you. So let's get a little, it's also a fiery sign. So Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries kind of energy, but it doesn't have to be. I also see that even though this Knight is on this sexy white stallion, he also has a walking stick, a really big one. So, hey, so I do feel like this Knight is going to eventually get off the horse and get more grounded in a situation instead of being all about the passion and the fire. And I feel like it's more about the steps he or she is going to take using that horsepower in a different way, maybe. Let's get a little clarity on the leap of faith. What is this leap of faith about? And I said that exactly at 4422. Maybe master numbers is look at what I got. Look at what you got. You got the leap of faith, and now you got the Fool. It's the Fool, right? Yeah. Someone's, Leap of Faith 2.0. Maybe it's two of you taking a leap of faith together, but maybe this is just double reassurance that that leap of faith is happening, is coming on in. Maybe somebody is just sitting at the edge of that cliff right now, figuring something out. There is definitely this energy of loyalty here. But with this leap of faith, you know, it's being intelligent about each step you take, or retracing your steps differently if they weren't the right steps. It's not just completely diving into something and never learning. This is the brand new beginning where you have to kind of start all over. Square one. Relearning, a redo. You know, it's either brand new territory, a new energy, a really big new cycle, but you have to be willing to adjust as you go. Maybe somebody's right now just looking at that landscape, but maybe they don't even know what's going on down there until they get their foot down on the ground. I do feel like somebody is dreaming about this leap, but you got to step through the portal. I do feel like that's going to happen. Maybe you never expected that. I feel like I have to sneeze. One moment. Whew, that was going to be really loud on camera. So let's ask about I want to ask about the beyond words. Incomparable, immeasurable, unconditional, unexplainable. What is a message to clarify beyond words? Please and thank you. Ooh, this is interesting and different and weird. So something is beyond words. That could be why somebody is thinking about you now, or really got stuck in their head, because this is somebody that has that anxiety thing that I saw before. This is somebody who is not sleeping so well at night. They are stressed out. They're overthinking something, or maybe that's why somebody was overthinking something, because there's no explanation to something you can't explain. That it's just a knowing. It's just an is. So maybe that really got you, someone else, probably both of you, wrapped up in your head, affecting your sleep, stressing you out, maybe even affecting your body in some cases if you know your energy was depleted. But I also see this way, which is kind of interesting to me, because for me, upside down Nine of Swords is still kind of not sleeping, but you're in fantasy land. You're replaying an amazing moment, date, conversation, or future plans. It's where you are replaying something over and over, sitting on the cliff, looking at that possibility of the world that could be to come if you got on out there, and not making moves in the day to get there. Therefore, it keeps sneaking on back and replaying in your head and gets you kind of stuck. But it doesn't always come from stressful situations. Sometimes this is self-made stress, because your soul is calling you to try to go back out there, create some amazing experiences, even if it's not with maybe the person you are thinking about. Maybe it's that energy, that excitement, that type of experience that you desire. Therefore, even if it's not about another person, have that experience for yourself. Start to create the dreams that you are thinking of that involve your personal power. Take your personal power back. But I do feel like there is maybe, that's at the bottom, we'll take that, something that was getting you or someone else kind of overwhelmed with in your mind. And I'm getting that, just almost like, try to not worry about it. Try to let it go. Try to breathe. Focus your energy on different things, on you. Maybe even nutrition and what you do. Try to learn something that you're into. If you are always thinking about someone else, try thinking about you right now. because that's going to help you get clear. It's going to be what resolves situations, helps you learn the lessons, learn what to leave on the shore, and take just what you need with you, so you have smoother sailing in the future. You have better communication in the future because you have communicated with that deep part of who you are first. So the Six of Swords is really nice. I always see it here. You're not even putting any effort into moving this cute little boat. The boat's just going with the flow, just bobbing on the water, doing its thing, waiting for the wind. Maybe you're not even going to stay in that boat, and you're just going to dive on in. Dive into those emotions. But it's swords, so it's emotions connected with thoughts, communication, truth. And it's all that becoming more effortless, more clear. It's where there could have been storms in the past here. And you figured out how to navigate them differently now. And it could be that you have to navigate these storms with somebody else. Sometimes you got to go right on into the storm to get through it fast. And sometimes you prepare for it differently. If you get the dials say that there's a storm, it's a coming. Maybe that's when you dive on in, go to the shore, go to your cute little cottage or tent over there and cuddle up until the storm's gone. Whatever it is, you do the navigating when you're there. I do see a big lighthouse. So maybe you're getting some divine light, or you will now start to have some clear inner direction before you get to a rocky situation. So let's get one more from the rock star. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading today. I don't even know if any music came around. I don't know, but I did say around, and I looked at this and I just thought of round, round, get around, I get around, I get up. Who is that? Is that the Beach Boys? The Beach Boys just come on in? And then I just thought of Don't Speak by No Doubt, but we did have another song because I saw the other song. So there is a Don't Speak by Leela James, and I really like it. It's really different. And I just thought of the round, and it made me think of the world, and I just thought of Bobby Caldwell. Oh, wow, it's a good one. I'm glad that song came in. What You Won't Do for Love. My friends wonder what is wrong with me because I'm in a daze from your love you see. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Some people go around the world for love, but they may never find what they dream of. What you won't do for love. You tried everything and you won't give up. Doesn't it have that? In my world, only you make me do for love what I wouldn't do. Wow, I like recited that for you guys. And you got a little singaroo out of me in the middle there. I do that song sometimes, but when I actually really sing it, it's pretty loud. Louder than my sneeze. So let's get a rock star. What is one final message for you guys? Reflection. Robert Smith. Explore your inside worlds. Maybe that's where it begins. I feel like, let's get one more. One more. Future good. There's your beginning. There's your leap of faith. Maybe it took some real deep diving here. Deep reflection to figure something out, or to see how beyond words something really is. Why you or someone else wants to take a leap of faith in a certain direction. Whatever that is, that can even be in a project, on yourself, on someone else. There is a beginning coming through with Van Morrison, and it's telling you future good is awaiting you. It's right out there. You're sitting there staring at it. Go get it. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, night, whenever you're watching this. And I will see you very soon.